When you start a new character, you eventually get to a point where it's time to hit Mephisto. And like true gambling addicts, we visualize what we want to happen. When I kill Meph, he's gonna drop that sweet, sweet shackle. When I kill him again, he's gonna drop those war traps. And when I pop this armor rack, that white monarch is waiting for me. But hold on. What can I reasonably expect from 500 Mephisto runs? It seems reasonable to get at least 5 to 7 real Magic Find upgrades, chance cards for my hand slot, a gold wrap or towel belt for the belt slot, a white monarch for the spirit, a shackle, war traps, a scolders for my armor slot, a Geed charm, and maybe like a towel mask for my mercenary. And the stretch goal gear would be a towel armor, Talami or Amara's, an SOJ, and Dario's Visage for the mercenary. But is this actually reasonable? Here are the results. 217% Magic Find on the Hydra Sorceress. On run 25, 53 minutes in, we find a set amulet. Is this a Talami? No. On run 64, 2 hours and 9 minutes in, we find a set amulet. Is this a Talami? No. On run 72, 2 hours and 27 minutes in, we find a towel mask. Ah yeah, upgrading the mercenary. On run 84, 2 hours and 53 minutes in, we find a Geed charm. Oh! Yes! Later that run, we find a passive skills Amazon Grand Charm. On run 86, 2 hours and 59 minutes in, we find a fire skills amulet. We'll save this for later. I can't upgrade with this just yet. On run 93, 3 hours and 13 minutes in, we find a rare belt that's a small upgrade. On run 102, 3 hours and 32 minutes in, we find a Thunderstruck. On run 117, 4 hours and 4 minutes in, we find a White Monarch. No! Oh, yes! It's low quality, but it doesn't matter.
Afternoon.
Ah, yeah. With the spirit, I can upgrade my other jewelry as well. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. On run 119, 4 hours and 9 minutes in, we find a White Monarch. We later cubed it for not 4 sockets. On run 121, 4 hours and 13 minutes in, we find a pair of Magic Find gloves, a minor upgrade. Ah, yeah. On run 124, 4 hours and 21 minutes in, we find a unique ring. Is this an SOJ? No. On run 131, 4 hours and 35 minutes in, we find a unique ring. Is this an SOJ? No. There was also a Geed charm. On run 165, 5 hours and 37 minutes in, we find a nice pair of dual resist Magic Find boots. Ho ho! Yeah. On run 180, 6 hours and 3 minutes in, we find a Geed charm. On run 181, 6 hours and 4 minutes in, we find chance cards. Oh. Yeah. On run 184, 6 hours and 11 minutes in, we find Trangul's gloves. Snap. We'll save these in case I need to switch some gear around later. On run 208, 6 hours and 54 minutes in, we find a Hell Rune. I rerolled the spirit to get more than 25% faster cast rate. No! Unlucky. On run 210, 7 hours in, we find another Hell Rune. Or another reroll. Alright, let's try this one more time. Alright. On run 232, 7 hours and 37 minutes in, we find a set amulet. Is this a Talami? No. On run 233, 7 hours and 39 minutes in, we find Ormus robes. On run 251, 8 hours and 11 minutes in, we find a rare yellow ring upgrade. Oh! Yeah. On run 252, 8 hours and 13 minutes in, we find a Hell Rune. I need a reroll better than 33%. Not lucky. On run 273, 8 hours and 49 minutes in, we find a set amulet. Is this a Talami? No. On run 280, 9 hours and 1 minute in, we find an Andariel's helmet. Yeah. No! Not high enough level. On run 339, 10 hours and 45 minutes in, we find Chance Guards. It is an upgrade. A 1% upgrade. On run 348, 10 hours and 59 minutes in, we find Innocuous. Not using it though. On run 355, 11 hours and 10 minutes in, we find Chance Guards. Oh! Oh my god! It's an upgrade. Another 1% upgrade. On run 390, 12 hours and 15 minutes in, we find a set amulet. Is this a Talami? No. On run 407, 12 hours and 47 minutes in, we find an arachnid mesh. Oh! Yeah. On run 409, 12 hours and 52 minutes in, we find a white monarch. We later cubed it for not 4 sockets. On run 410, 12 hours and 54 minutes in, we find a Shaco. Yo! Shaco, baby! Yeah. On run 442, 13 hours and 48 minutes in, we find a white monarch. We later cubed it for 4 sockets. No. Unlucky. On run 449, 14 hours and 1 minute in, we find a Skin of the Viper. I stuck with the gemmed armor for now. On run 455, 14 hours and 10 minutes in, we find a set amulet. Is this a Talami? No. On run 457, 14 hours and 13 minutes in, We find a unique ring. Is this an SOJ? No. On 466, 14 hours and 27 minutes in, we find a set amulet. Is this a Talami? No. On run 475, 14 hours and 41 minutes in, we find a unique ring. Is this an SOJ? No. Later that run, we find an Ashutas. On run 485, 14 hours and 57 minutes in, we find a unique ring. Is this an SOJ? No. We were able to find 25 yellow essences. Here are the stats. All 500 runs took me a total of 15 hours, 19 minutes, and 22 seconds. Not a bad set of runs if I do say so myself. I got about 6 upgrades that I was looking for, and a few that I wasn't looking for. Not super lucky, but I was able to hit the 105 FCR breakpoint, and I can now teleport infinitely without having to worry about mana pots. I also gained a little bit of magic find in the process. Pretty not bad.